So into that great Pilates position, abs in, shoulders back and down. Now we're going to take the head to the right side and then just roll it to the left and then round to the right side again. I want you to work at your speed. I'm just starting to notice how your body feels now. If we've got any tension in our neck, do you feel it one side more than the other? Maybe you even want to hold it in a spot. And then bring your chin towards your chest. And from here, we're going to lift the chin, look up to the sky, and then bring your chin back to your chest. Working with that range and speed that suits you. Generally, we hold a lot of tension in our neck. So we're going to try and just get rid of some of that right now. And maybe start to relax through your jaw if it feels good. Maybe you open your mouth as you go up. And let's make this our last one. Hold our chin towards the chest. And then just roll your shoulders back. And with our chin down, maybe we start to feel a little bit more tightness or release through those shoulders. We're going to keep the shoulders going. Just bring your head back up to that neutral position. Now you can go as big or as small as you want. And then let's try coming the other way, coming forwards. How does it feel? Which one do you prefer? Forwards or backwards? You can mix those up. Do the one that you feel that you want, that you need today. It's gradually waking up through our shoulders, mobilizing them. And hold back into that neutral position. We're going to take the right arm up, down, and then switch. So keeping a little tightness to the glutes, trying to keep our back straight, and then maybe see if you can bring your arm just past your ear. Now you can keep it at this speed, or you might want to go for a pendulum. One up, one down. Already my right shoulder is clicking a bit. And maybe you notice you've got one side that doesn't move quite so easily and fluid as the other. Now, even with that bottom arm, again, you can push it back, creating a little more stretch for your chest, for your shoulders. Knees a little soft. And bring your hands by your side. Now we're going to circle the arms. You can take your right arm, circle back, and then your left arm. It's creating that big circle as big as you can. And maybe you get one side that's just a little bit clickier than the other. Just start to be aware of that. Now you might want to take this a little bit further. You can open back, get a little twist in your body, and let your eyes follow your hands. It's like you're trying to reach to the wall behind you. And just do that even number on both sides. And then bring your arms out in front. We got the bow and arrow. Going to pull your right elbow back and then your left. So I'll show you from the side. I get a little rotation. I'm squeezing into my shoulder blades. And I get a little turn into that chest and shoulder. Keep your shoulders down and back. Let's keep a little squeeze into those shoulder blades. And if you want to make this a little bigger, we're going to open back. So your arm stays wide. Your hips might start to go a little bit with you. Starting to get a little stretch through the chest. And I'm still retracting down through my shoulders. Breathe out, see if it feels good, and in on the way in. One more. Okay, we're going to do the rainbow. We're going to take the right arm, we're going to circle back, and then circle it back through and change. So it goes up and over, and then over and back. Again, you might take your eye gaze to follow that hand. Keeping the abs nice and tight. Now we're going to put all these three moves together. Right side, one bow and arrow, one open back, and one rainbow. Left side, one bow and arrow, one open back, and one rainbow. Right side, bow and arrow, open. And again, you can move at your speed in this movement. Last time, open back, one rainbow. It's good for the brain as well, right? Okay, from here, hands into prayer. I'm gonna get a little rotation. So your shoulders down and back. Now this time my knees are soft. I'm keeping my hip bones square to the front. Now for a little bit more, I'm going to bring my arms out. I'm going to add a little dynamic chest stretch. So I'm opening wide and bring it back in. One to go. Now can we take the arms wide and just focus on the twist? If your arms are aching, you can bring them back into the prayer. One more time each side. Now from here, lateral bend. I'm going to breathe in. Exhale over, inhale back. Exhale, down over to the side, and then back in. Breathing pattern, if you want one, is exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Feeling that length coming down through your sides, through your ribs. And straight over down the side of that body. Let's have another 4. Again, you might notice a slight difference between each side. Now from here, we're going to swoop. We're going to lift and open. I swoop. I lift and open. Let me show you from the side. So I'm rounding out through my back as much as I can, and then opening my chest. Now start to get a little spine mobility here. So I'm getting a little flexion through my back, and then I'm opening. And just feel that fluidity in that movement. Doesn't matter how big we make it, but start to feel it nice and fluid. Start to get a little release of tension through your vertebrae, through your spine. One more time. Now pedal push. I'm gonna walk and walk. So I just lift one heel. Nice and easy. Starting to mobilize the knees, ankles. And you can start to make this a little bigger. we can get a little bit warmer as well. Let's have another 4 here. Now let's take the feet nice and wide, toes out now, side to side, the side lunge. Now you might be upright, want to keep the back straight, you want to push knee out over your toes. You might want to move the hands to the thighs. Now you might be at might speed, you might be a little bit slower. Hips back, chest lifted. Again, if you want to go a little deeper, you might start to reach to the floor and you get a little rotation through your spine as well. Now you might be high, or you might go a little bit deeper. It's a great way to warm up those inner thighs, our hips, ready for the work coming up. How are we feeling? Let's do one more. And then back into your pedal push. Big or small. Little run on the arms. Lifting up onto the toes. It's like you're putting your high heels on and then kicking them off at the end of the day. Now, right leg. Gonna lift, we're gonna flex and point the toe. So you point, you flex. Now try and get your shoulders over your hips. If you can see yourself in a mirror or on your screen, have you shifted your weight and out of alignment? You can keep it small. You might even want to hold onto a wall if that helps your alignment. Now from here, when you're ready, you can circle out the foot. We go one way, and then we go the other way. Now from here, we're going to lift the knee, and then we're going to slide the leg back. Lift the knee, and slide the leg back. Now try to keep your back and your pelvis neutral. So the leg is straight at the back, and I get a strong glute squeeze as it goes back. It's also a good little balance challenge. Now you can touch the floor each time and you can keep that foot grounded at the back, or you might feel ready to get a little lift. How's that leg feeling that you're standing on? When it starts to burn, you can come back to your pedal push and just release it out. Now let's come to the other side. Find the balance, keep the shoulders over hips. We're going to point and flex. Point and flex. Again, use the wall if you need to. Or a chair. Still keeping that length through your spine and through your head. When you feel ready, come into the circles. We go one way and then go the other. Again, when you feel ready, I nearly forgot, sorry. We're going to come to the knee and we're going to squeeze it back. So we lift the knee and squeeze it back. So the idea is try and keep the legs straight and get that squeeze into your glute and your hamstring. You can keep the foot touching down. So I lift, touch, and then I can slide. Or if you feel you've got your balance, you can lift that back leg. Now, do you notice one side that it might be easier to balance on than the other? We're going to get some balance challenges today. Again, then when you're ready, back to the pedal push. Now feet come a little bit wider. okay, or into your neutral position, so feet under your hips. So if you need to reset, feet together, toes out, realign your heels. We're going to squat and then open the knee. We're going to squat and then your other knee. So toes are forward, knees track your toes, and try and keep your chest lifted. So as I come down, I keep my knees out. I'm not coming in. I'll show you from the side. So finding that range that feels good for you. Great one to mobilize through those hips, get our muscles warm as well. Keeping that neutral spine as we come down. And I'm feeling that nice hip opening. Now this time on the hip opener, let's bring it the other way, out to in. Try not to move your hips too much. Also again, that little balance challenge. Let's have one more on each side. Now, coming to the back of your mat, I'll show you from the side. You're going to take a breath in. And we're going to half roll down. So we start with the chin. We roll the back, hands to thighs. When you come halfway, we're going to flatten through the back. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulders. And then take a breath in, hands up. And then again, exhale, chin to chest. Let the weight of the head bring you down. Come halfway, hands to thigh. Lengthen through your back. Feel the hips pushing back, the abs pulling up. And then when you're ready, roll back one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders. Take a breath. You might wish to take a little baby back bend here. Breathing out. And then breathing in as you come up. I've already had a nice little crack in my lower back. How's that feeling for you? And you might wish to stay here in the half roll. Or if you feel you're ready, you might go to the full roll. So you come all the way down. Trying to roll through your back one bit at a time. Knees are soft. Relax your shoulders and head and your neck. And then slowly roll all the way back up. Almost like your spine is a bit of rope. Roll your shoulders. You might want to take that baby back bend. And then we go again. Start with the neck. Roll through between your shoulder blades. Your lower back, knees soft, relax and just feel that tension go from your head to your shoulders. Roll up, try and do it one step at a time. We're feeling a little bit looser. Do you feel one side is tighter than the other? Or how is your back feeling today? Have you been doing a lot of sitting? This might feel delicious right now. We're going to make this our last one. And we're going to hold it down the bottom. Now walk your hands forward, walk your feet back. We're coming into a calf stretch. So feet may be hip width or a little bit wider. Pressing your heels towards the floor. They might touch, they might not. And then a dynamic push. Just walking one foot at a time. Pressing the heel to the floor. Feeling that stretch up through your calf, up through the legs. If it gets uncomfortable on your hands, you might wish to come to your forearms. And then hold your stretch, gently pressing the heels towards the floor. pulling your shoulders down and back. Now bring your heels in. We're going to keep that stretch. Toes are out, heels are in. How does that feel? And then you can try it the other way. We're going to turn the toes in, the heels out, feet any width you need. Is there one that you want to hold a little bit more than the other? You can find the one that you need. And then we're going to drop down onto the knees under hips, hands under shoulders. We're going to round out through the back as much as we can. And then back into flat back, just lifting your eyes. There we go again, rounding up as much as you can. Breathe out, breathe into your flat back. I'm just trying to get a little bit further each time. Let's make this our last one.